supportive speech for Herzing University, English 116-7D, speech course. Topic, backyard chicken coop and run. Why did the chicken cross the road? To get to the other side, of course, or in this case, to check out the nice home my ladies have here. In early 2015, my wife and I decided that we wanted chickens' eggs as layers, as we eat lots of eggs, and it would be a great learning experience for our daughter. We both grew up in the country, on farms, and have had experience with them in our youth. Many people in urban areas are starting to have their own chickens as pets, or for eggs. This can be a daunting task for someone new to the hobby, and I'd like to help you understand the basics of what you need in a coop and run. Unfortunately, there isn't a lot of hard information out there, but is lots of good groups online to learn from, and it is a great community as well as a few good books. When it comes time to assemble a coop and run, it can be relatively simple compared to the birds and their interactions. First, the coop. Alright. There's many varied styles in what you want from a built or purchased coop. This we have bought from a hardware store is just a shed, and we customized it to our needs. Make sure to have plenty of room. This is more important in the run than the coop. Rachel Herd Anger with hobbyfarms.com recommends 4 square feet per bird. Keep the feeders and water off the ground if possible. They will kick the wood shavings into it and any sickerment that might be on the ground, as you can see them doing now. They like to kick and look for food. You can see the food hanging from the wire that we have from the ceiling to keep it off the ground so they can't kick the food into it. There's a water in the right corner where we have it built up off the ground so that way they as well can't kick the wood shavings into it. You can see the little ones pecking through to try and find the food that they spill out on purpose just to try and find the food. They kind of make a game out of it. To the right you can see we have roosting boxes. So they have plenty of space and they like to have options. So we have more boxes than we do chickens. You should have that. You can see that this is completely enclosed except for the ventilation above the feeder. There is also one above the door. Ventilation is necessary, especially for during the winter when they spend a lot of time in there for fresh air. You can customize the coop however you'd like. Just remember, think about what could affect the chickens. You want to make sure that no predators can either dig or pry their way in. With this, it's very difficult for them to do that. Now we have the run. The run is where they will spend the majority of their time besides eating, drinking, and sleeping. Weather dependent, of course. Have a large enough door for ease of cleaning, as you can see here. We use sand in the run. This helps with cleaning and also allows them to take dust baths, which is important to the birds, as it debugs them and they find it pleasing. The structure itself, as you can see, either needs to be buried or you need to put some stones around it to keep predators from digging and getting in. We also have water outside as well. This is important when it gets hot out. Think like a predator. Think as if you're trying to get in for a meal. Raccoons, coyotes, foxes, hawks, eagles are the primary ones. Build it extra robust to secure the chickens. The wire on every single thread has a staple in it, so that way nothing can pull and tear it off. The chickens themselves. Chickens are relatively hardy birds. They can acclimate to weather, well, hot or cold, very well. They're omnivores and like treats like mealworms, or if you find the occasional mouse, bug, or worm, they will love you for it. These are some of the treats that they like. These are mealworms. You've got to make sure to socialize them well when they're young to make sure that they are friendly. Our younger ones that are newer to the coop currently are much more friendly and allow you to pet them and pick them up. If you have a good coop and run, along with taking care of their basic needs, they will be productive layers. Once they are layers, they are not very good for eating, as it changes their bodies and they become very tough. I hope that I have at least taught you about the basic needs and of the structure requirements that you would need to get started. There are plenty of good websites, blogs, and Facebook pages where people are more than willing to help with any questions. The backyard chicken community is one of the best out there from what I have experienced. It is also a great way to have recurring sustainable food. My final thought to leave you with is to check your town's ordinances and regulations on what you can have and how many, along with placement of the coop, as many times it has to be so many feet away from the property line and from any other buildings. Thank you.